Hanna.
And I'm Matt Hanna.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannas.
Where we break down scares before they break you.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty spicy.
Okay. Well, today we are bringing you another bonus episode, and today's bonus episode is a review of the recently released VHS Halloween. VHS Halloween was released on Shudder on October 3rd, and it is another entry in the found footage anthology series, VHS.
This is going to be like the 5th, right? I don't actually know.
I think it's the 8th.
That's really funny.
Or more.
That's nuts, actually. You don't need to look it up. We'll just let the audience do their own research.
Yeah, it's the 8th.
The 8th?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Nuts. You know what's funny?
This is the first one you saw?
This is the first one I've seen. And I know about the other ones. I've heard they're like fine. And they were like a cool concept. But I haven't really ever heard anyone be like, you have to watch these. So I never did. But I might consider going and watching more because I think
I would too. The ones that are like better reviewed, I think I
did
would
enjoy
go back
this.
and watch. Yeah.
There's apparently an alien one that's pretty messed up that I'd like to see.
I heard 1 and 2 are good.
Yeah.
And then there's another one more recently that people really liked.
Yeah. I'll have to dig a little further and figure out what we want to watch. But
I thought this was a very fun theme, obviously. Like to combine horror movie elements with like Halloween.
The kind of camp of Halloween.
Exactly.
Kind of like I'm already in like a fun mood with it. And so that's really cool.
And also to release it around Halloween, like, you know, you're going to get good streams and stuff.
Yes.
So it's just like very smart all around, obviously. They know what they're doing over there at Shudder.
Agreed.
We love our friends at Shudder.
They really do. I mean, I have to hand it to them.
They have, for any of the streaming services, I think they have the most consistently decent to good to great to amazing original films.
I was going to say Dropout, but I don't know. They don't have films. It's all...
Well, yeah, that's a whole...
It's all their original shows.
Yeah, but for like films... Like, think about it. No, Netflix puts out some absolute slop and then some great ones because they're Netflix like kicking them up from festivals and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say they put out like nothing movies and then they also have Knives Out. Or, well, you know, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out, which is kind of nuts. And also Frankenstein.
Yeah, like they're putting out a lot of films that people think are going to be in contentions for major awards.
It's odd.
They're putting out this year.
Shudder kind of like knows what it wants to do. It's putting money in creatives' hands to like do what they want. It seems to, at least, you know, like I definitely think people are able to like take more of a shot there, even though they might have a more limited audience from Shudder. So, but I think that's cool. I think Shudder is just going to get bigger.
Yeah, I think so.
Based on watching their original stuff now. Like, I can't imagine how they don't eventually get bigger. They've had some
incredible original pieces in the last couple years. Like, incredible. So... yeah, big fan.
And they're just like a good little archive of horror movies. So
yeah, agree. So also just like shout out to our friend Brits by Hobnob from 1001 by 1 who gave us her info for Shudder. And that's how we first started using Shudder. Yeah. A hero.
I don't know if you're going to get her banned from Shudder. You have to cut this out.
No. Cool. They're not crazy like Netflix.
Yeah, true.
Maybe you should take that one out. Netflix slander. The big boys are going to come get me. Well, VHS Halloween, as we said, it is an anthology series and it has several different segments weaved in.
Yeah, I guess we should clarify. That's all the VHS films are. Starting with the first one, they basically do 6 different short films that have a through line of another short film. And they're all directed by different people, all directed and written. They basically were like, we'll grab a couple different people we know that are good at horror and have them all make a quick anthology.
Yeah,
and it was a pretty cool idea. And now you have 8 of them. So
yes. So in VHS Halloween, we have Diet Phantasma, Fun Size, Home Haunt, Kidprint, Supra Sic Infra, and Coochie Coochie Coo. We're gonna go through each of them in this review fairly quickly.
This is bonus content. We're not gonna like full dive into here, but more just...
Also because they're shorts.
They are short.
So...
yeah. We're not doing 15-second summaries of each one because they're basically 15-second movies anyway.
Yeah. So... let's break it down with the first one. That's Diet Phantasma. This is the frame story that comes back. It's like the through line. It is written and directed by Brian M. Ferguson, and it's basically about this company that's launching a new soda called Diet Phantasma, and they're doing like research testing. Okay.
Just straight up. This is my least favorite one. I think everyone's saying that. It doesn't really make sense as a through line either. Mm-hmm. Usually the through line tries to connect.
Like not thematically relevant or anything.
Yeah, but they usually connect, like, or at least from the original, where the VHSs are coming from. There's usually something going on. This one, I don't know if it was trying to cash in on the, like, SCP craze. You don't even know what that is, Hannah, don't ask. Or what, with just, like, weird experimental stuff going wrong. But it's, like, just a kind of a mess. I'm sorry. It's, like, not funny. It's not entertaining. You know what? It all is really set up for the ending of it, for them to give us an ad for what Diet Phantasm is, which is soda that has real ectoplasm in it. That's, like, the joke.
Yeah. It's
and maybe that joke's kind of funny, but everything else.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I agree. It's not for me. I didn't find it that interesting, and I don't think the joke that it's made from actual poltergeists that funny or interesting. So let's do, for all of these, let's start. We'll just say if we liked it for the most part or not, and then we can do a few, or like even one.
I already did mine for this one.
Of Screams That Slayed and Bloody Mess.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So for this, my Screams That Slayed would be...
I got nothing. No, there's nothing I really liked about this. Maybe the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think the aesthetic is
I think the
fun.
aesthetic's interesting, and I do think anything that has to do with like research marketing for your product and stuff has the potential to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. I think we also forgot to specify all of these are like sort of found footage shot. Or like,
I already said that.
You said that? My bad.
VHS entirely is a found footage anthology series.
But it's like a mix of like people with cameras, ring footage, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, found footage.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, I feel like sometimes when we say found footage, people always think like has to be like the handheld.
No.
There's some of that though.
I think people know
I'm sorry,
what found
if you said that,
now.
I messed up. I was like, I couldn't remember if we specified.
Yep, we did.
Okay, cool.
My bloody mess for this would be that I think you nailed a lot of what I would say. I don't need to harp on that it's like not that funny, not that interesting. Who cares about the concept? I would say my biggest bloody mess outside of that is that all of these beyond this one do like a decent job of connecting to Halloween or something happening around Halloween or a Halloween tradition, and this one doesn't. So I'm not really sure what it's doing here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you'll have some Diet Phantasm in your Halloween, your trick-or-treating basket this year.
Maybe.
Yep. Okay. All right, well, we can go to the next one then. Because this one I think is just kind of weaker, but I guess that's what they were trying to go for, to just have between each movie, you'd basically just see another experiment gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. The next segment was Coochie Coochie Coo. It's directed and written by Hanna and it is about two high school seniors who go out trick-or-treating. They encounter a trio of boys that tell them the mommy will get them because they're too old for trick-or-treating, and the mommy gets them. Did you like this one?
I did like this one. Did you like this one?
I did for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
I did.
I found this one to be the scariest of all of them.
That's what I was going to say. I agree.
And I kind of was like, this is probably not going to be that effective in terms of scares. But it was. Yeah. And, I think as found footage, a lot of the time, you know what you're going to get in terms of scares. And I found it hard for anything to be as good as Wreck. Mm-hmm. But no, I found there were some really nice, well-crafted scares and some tense moments and some good little, not history, but good little mythology in this one that was pretty gross and freaky. So
that would be one of my Screams That Slayed. One, like you said, it is the scariest, and I do think it does a really great job with building the tension for the scares. But also that I think it's fun that this is really the only one that kind of brings in some sort of mythology because
Halloween mythology, everyone's got it. Right?
I think it's very fun to incorporate that since there is obviously mythology about all kinds of things and holidays and whatnot. Each state kind of has their own little folklore, whether it's Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil.
Or the Green Man who is real.
Yeah, that one is crazy since it was real.
It was real, yeah.
But Mothman, whatever.
Nice,
so I think
Mothman's real too. That bridge collapsed, remember?
Okay, so I think that, having the mommy is just like a fun play on that.
What state was that in?
The mommy?
Yeah. Just saying. Whose state is the mommy? Or
Arkansas.
City? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, probably Arkansas. Yeah. Okay. My Scream That Slayed. There's one specific scare that I thought was so good, and it's early in the movie when they point the camera at a wall and the mommy is just leaning around the corner and her eyes are like glowing gold, and she does just the Coochie Coochie Coo and then slowly like hides behind the wall. I was like, oh no, like that, my heart dropped to my stomach. So I thought that was a great scare. And that's kind of what I was trying to get out of this movie. So
yeah,
worked well for me.
Sure. Do you have any bloody messes that we should discuss for this one?
It's so funny talking about something like this because overall it kind of is a bloody mess. However, that's like what it wants to be. I don't know.
I think these are all like...
They're all a little messy.
Kind of this like messy camp to all of them. And like they're definitely supposed to be campy at least.
Yeah, this just nails the tone so much though that I can't like complain about anything. Maybe when it just comes to found footage like this, it kind of just does go on. Even as a short movie, you can only do the same scares so many times. Yeah. But I will say, even when I'm trying to like come up with a mess, like they do a good job of like escalating each thing. I
agree, yeah.
Especially once we start running into the grown ass adult with the big old cheeks and the baby. Like, yeah, maybe the whole milk thing and the mommy being trying to breastfeed them might be my mess, but at the same time, it was gross, and I kind of liked the grossness of it.
Yeah, I would say my biggest bloody mess. I hate to like CinemaSins and be like, "You idiots! Why would you make that choice?"
Just bad decisions.
But the decision making in this is just like so horrendous. It like doesn't make sense.
They're supposed to be like 17-year-old girls, so I
don't think 17-year-old me would have been like, "Yeah, I should go into this house."
Yeah.
And then I should do that.
The one tried not to. The other one was like, "We gotta do
sucks, bitch."
Yeah. Well,
you stay in there. I'll be out here. Scream if you need something, and I'll call 911.
Okay. All right.
So that's my biggest.
I think that's a reasonable gripe. Yeah. I think that's a reasonable gripe.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Other than that, I thought the performances were a little odd with the two main girls. They weren't my favorite of the series, But other than that, I had a lot of fun with this one. So we're good. Okay, next up was Supra Sic Infra.
And speaking of Rec.
Yeah, directed by Paco Plaza, who is Rec, who directed the Rec series. And it's written by Paco Plaza and Alberto Marini. And it's basically, it starts with this guy, Enric, who is the only survivor of a bizarre mass murder that happened during a Halloween party. So it goes back and forth with the footage from the party and their investigation now.
Where they take him to the same location where the murders happened.
Yeah, to be like, show me what you did.
Yes, and then it all happens again. So, this one I also thought was pretty damn cool. I did not find it scary, but what I will say, that I don't mind. My Screams That Slay. My Scream That Slay for this is the structure is awesome. Like, basically building up to the bad thing happening to both parties from two different timelines. I love that. Because you're wondering, like, what is the thing that happened? Like, what is going on? And I think the reveal of, like, what happened to the bodies and why they were the way they were was really cool.
I agree. Don't share what it is.
But you're basically trying to figure out what happened to the previous party, and you don't have footage of it, but you get to learn what happened to them via what happens to the people investigating. And that was pretty sick.
Yeah,
what about you?
I liked that. We talk about how we like a police procedural a lot.
I do.
And so I do think that element of it, I was pretty immediately locked in. I would say outside of that, stylistically, this one just like resonated with me the most. Like, cinematography-wise, I found this one, like, in general, the most interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, given who is directing
Exactly, yeah.
But I think it's very simple, but, like, structurally is really interesting and keeps you, like, on your toes. And, like, I like that a lot. I think my only...
Bloody mess?
It's not even a mess. Calling it a bloody mess sucks. It's not particularly scary. I think like we could have maybe built up the mystique a little more, but at the same time, like I don't know how I would have, so I don't want to complain about it. It's cute.
Yeah, I would say mine is. I don't have much to complain about with this one.
There's not a complaint.
I guess my only complaint I would say is that I think this is the other one that doesn't do as good of a job connecting it to Halloween, like the actual events.
It's just like that was just their like little Halloween party.
They like left a Halloween party, or we were going to a Halloween party at this property, and that's where it happened.
This one just had so much mystique and intrigue, so like that's why it's hard for me to complain, because I was like, you know what, I was interested and I was satisfied with the answers. Yeah. So like,
I'm with you. Complain. I'm with you, Paco Plaza. You're my man, my man.
I feel bad. Like that was one of my favorites. Yeah. So
I agree. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. That might have been my favorite. Actually.
A lot of people are ranking it towards their bottom, and I don't really get that personally.
These all, I think, there are 3 in these that we'll say that I thought were all pretty much the same level for me. So, but. All right. The next one up was not one of those.
The next one up is Fun Size, written and directed by Casper Kelly. For the people at home, if you're familiar with Too Many Cooks...
Everyone's familiar with Too Many Cooks.
That's Casper Kelly.
If you haven't seen Too Many Cooks, you should.
That is a short film worth watching.
It's a horror film, too.
Yes.
And it's better than this. Too Many Cooks is kind of like a genius horror film. Fun Size is kind of like a brain-dead horror film, in my opinion. I feel so bad, but this one, and how would you describe it? Basically, you know how they say I'll only take one on the candy bowl? Someone takes more than one and they get sucked into the fun size world where this candy man chops people up and then coats them in chocolate until they become candy. And then that becomes what's in the bowl that people are taking too many of.
I thought that was funny as fuck.
It's funny when they're eating a dude's
penis.
Yes. And he's been completely turned into candy. But like, the actual story going on in this one is not interesting. It's basically them just like running around from the Candyman and watching a guy get cut up and turned into candy. And them trying to figure out how to leave.
Super silly and campy.
Yeah, but not even a fun way.
Yeah. I could see it being a fun way for some people, but for me, it wasn't like my thing. For sure, not my thing.
Yeah, I don't know how else to... So my Scream That Slayed, I mean, as dumb as it was, I can't help but enjoy someone being strapped to a conveyor belt, chopped up, and having caramel drizzled over their appendages. Yeah, like, it's ridiculous, but like, hey, they went for it. But my bloody mess is just everything else about the structure of this.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's just really uninteresting, especially when you have something like Too Many Cooks. That's such a genius, like surrealist horror experience. This one leaves no room for interpretation or no room for questions. It's just like kind of dumb, spooky. That's my opinion. Sorry, go. What are your thoughts though?
My Scream That Slayed is that I do think it's a very, very funny play on how many pieces of candy you take from a bowl. I thought that was really fucking funny because growing up, it was always like, I'm only gonna, like, what if they're watching? Like, what if they know that I took more than one piece? Like, that's so rude of me. That's like, that's so messed up. But also, like, I want my candy. You had some good selection. Why are you being stingy? So I thought that was so funny.
I never took more than one unless someone told me to. Until I went trick-or-treating with some friends in middle school. I never went trick-or-treating with them again. But that's what they did. They would just go to the houses that had bowls, Hanna, and they would just take the bowl and dump the whole thing in their bag. And there was like 6 of us, and so a couple of them would just fight over who got to take the whole bowl and dump it.
That's so fucked up.
And I was like, damn, these kids are real degenerates.
That's crazy. I never went with them again. That's actually like bananas.
There would just be a camera on that's like, we're watching, and he's like, I don't give a shit, and would just run and pour it in. Oh my god. Yep. Shout out.
What crazy people you were friends with.
It was middle school.
Nah. Okay. It's not for me, dog. Yep. Not for me.
Well, all right. Anything else you want to say about this one? I also realized there's 4 that I think are on the same level for me because I forgot about one, which was the next one.
Okay. My bloody mess is just that I think this kind of like wears thin on what it's doing.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying too.
It just keeps going and going, and you're like,
it's just like uninteresting.
Okay.
And not in a good way, like Too Many Cooks.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Kidprint.
You really like this one.
Written and directed by Alex Ross Perry.
Do you want me to give the explanation of this? What happened?
Kidprint, I got it.
Okay.
Kidprint is about this dude who runs a local video store where he films kidprints, which are documentary videos. They can be used to help ID and search for missing children.
Which was a thing that was real, right?
Real service.
And the reason they're doing this is because a bunch of kids in this town have gone missing every Halloween.
Yes.
Or just in general.
Or in recently, there's been a lot of like missing people. And so it then like kind of goes through some more kids going missing and what happens.
Yep. This one was pretty disturbing, and I really appreciated them going for it. Mm-hmm. And I think you had said the same thing. So
that was, I think, my Screams That Slayed was that we talked a lot about how movies, like, it is tough to have violence against children or like difficult things happening to children in horror movies.
But it's really, really effective.
Sorry
to cut you off.
I thought it was really bananas that they went there, and I thought it was really bold and interesting.
But I'm saying it's so effective to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like people are cowardly about it, but like it is such a good way to create fear and tension to have bad things happen to children, or at least like bad things happen to like innocents, we would say. Which is also like why we liked Weapons a lot. That's something about that. So that's like one of my Screams That Slayed as well. I think this one's just conceptually is really upsetting and disturbing. And that's my Scream That Slayed. Like, yes, I like something that could actually like chill me a little bit. Like I was like, oh no, especially the route in which this ends up going.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was unwell, is what I would say.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew it was coming. I like predicted something,
Matt
but
announced it out loud.
I was still just like head in hands, like, oh no. Yeah, so you see some nasty shit happen in this one. And this is the realest of them.
Yes,
this one's very real. This is like 7 levels
this
of
is
real.
Not campy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And that's kind of why I think I liked it.
It stands out.
It stands out for that reason.
That's what's fun about VHS, though, is like everything should stand out a little bit. Like, some should be camp, some shouldn't be. It's whatever Halloween means to you.
Yeah.
So
At Supra Sic Infra wasn't campy either.
Yeah.
These are like the 2 that weren't campy, and so it's interesting that those are the 2 that
you like the most.
I find myself most compelled by.
Yes.
Any bloody messes for this one?
I don't think I do, to be honest. You know, maybe there's like a kind of snuff film element to this one. And I think those are so hard to handle and make like scary. Like I think there's a certain level of filmmaking you have to do to like make the idea of a snuff film like very scary. And I don't know if I thought maybe we could have gotten a little more of that, but it's hard for me to like put my finger on exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So I like don't want to talk out my ass about it. Okay. But I think that element probably could have been a little scarier. Mm-hmm. For me, at least.
My bloody mess. I feel like I'd have to like spoil to talk about it, and I don't want to do that. I just think there's like a piece of the conclusion, like what happens to our main character, that I like it, but I don't know if it's what I wanted.
Okay, gotcha.
But I really can't say it without spoiling it. And I think this
was this your favorite of all of them?
Yes,
okay,
this
is your favorite.
Was this your favorite?
Ooh, I don't know.
We can
you
discuss
asked
that
me.
later.
Yeah, let's get to the end. I think I have like a couple tied for my top. But all right, and the last one.
The last one is Home Haunt. Home Haunt was written and directed by Micheline Pitt Norman and R.H. Norman. It's about this dad and his family who set up an elaborate haunted house around their home or in their home every year. And what happens with that?
Yeah, well, I mean, they play a haunted record and then bad things happen.
Yes.
In there. Mm-hmm. And it becomes a real haunted house.
Yeah, the horrors in the house come to life.
Okay, so I'm gonna preface how I watched this, the mental state in which I was under.
Okay, yeah.
Hannah and I have a new little thing we're doing on TikTok and Instagram where we're making drinks that are compared
themed
with horror movies. They're themed to a movie. Yeah, good word, themed.
Yes.
So we did like 2 or 3 that we filmed, and I drank all of them, and I was like pretty not sober watching this one, and it made it so much better. I was laughing my ass off at this one. I was like yelling. I was like, this is incredible because it's so out there and so over the top with its violence and its ghost shit. And I really enjoyed how gnarly this one was. It reminded me, it reminded me of like what Rob Zombie does with his movies. Well, yeah, I think just the over-the-top violence and kind of like the laughing about it. And I immediately put on his Halloween 2 after because I'd never seen it. And I was in the mood and was like, I think Halloween 2 will be an equivalent. And it was. I was really enjoying Halloween 2 in that mental state. So, but there is my bloody scream. No, fuck. My scream
Bloody
that slayed.
Oh,
no, my
Scream
scream
That
that slayed is there was like some just really amazing kills. And I couldn't tell if it was even practical or CGI. But there was one where someone just got like their head split by an axe, and I couldn't believe how over the top it was. And I like yelled and was giggling about it, which maybe makes me sound like a psychopath, but
no, I think that's kind of what it's going for.
I think that's what it's going for too. I was just like, my jaw dropped and I was like laughing my ass off. So I really liked this. I don't know if I'd like it sober, but
yeah, I was interested by your reaction because you reacted quite a bit, and I did not find it as compelling.
I think it was the alcohol made it better.
I'm sure,
because I don't think something that grotesque usually gets me that well, or that. But maybe I just needed something to be done well. Grotesque isn't the right word. Indulgent would be the word I'm looking for. But I don't know. I think they nailed their level of indulgence. So what about you? Did you like it?
It's not my favorite, but I did have fun with it.
Okay.
My screams that slayed.
I kind of thought you would hate this one. So that's,
I didn't hate it.
So
but
I'm
it's
not crazy.
My
it's like decent though. If you didn't hate it, it's a decent short. All right. So I wasn't just drunk.
No. Well, okay, cool. Maybe.
I don't know if I was drunk. I was a little buzzed, but I was not sober is how I would put it.
My scream that slayed would be that I think conceptually it's a really fun concept, because I think we've all kind of had that thought when we walk through a haunted house. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, bitch, you not that original, because Halloween Town High literally did this. And they did that 2 decades ago.
Yeah, but not with this level of disgustingness.
Yeah, obviously they weren't that explicit.
Or the level of camp.
Killing.
The camp from the actors was also like
they were
divine.
Funny. I like
Is that
Dad.
the word I would use? Dad and Mom, who are the ones running the house, were so ridiculous. They understood the assignment. This one felt like it might have had the most consistent tone of all of them.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so I liked this. I don't think I named a bloody mess.
My bloody mess, I'll say it.
Go ahead.
I think the reason that things come to life is stupid. It's just that they buy a record that like they play and it brings things to life. Like that's dumb.
It's very Evil Dead. It's very that weird little transgression, you know? He stole it, the record. It was from the oddity shop. But you're right. I think like with a little more time, they would have fleshed it out, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's all horror's got to start with a transgression. His transgression was stealing and playing a cursed tape. So cursed record.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for me. Do you, now that we've talked through them, what is your overall favorite and your overall least favorite?
The one I enjoyed the most was Stupid Home Haunt. But I think my favorite's Coochie Coochie Coo.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I think just having something that could get under my skin a little. Kidprint's really cool. I might have just been in the mood for something like to actually scare me. And like Coochie Coochie Coo, like there was a couple scares in there that I was like, God damn, like I've been looking for this. And so I'm like leaning towards it. But like I'm like, in my head, I was like, I don't think Coochie Coochie Coo was the best one, but I think it was my favorite.
I think that's fair. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
I'm feeling weird about it.
Yeah.
Maybe Kidprint, though. Hard to say. That's your favorite, though. I already know.
Kidprint is my favorite. What's your least favorite? We already know this.
It's Phantasm and, what's it called? I don't even remember. Fun Size. I found both of those really disinteresting. But don't tell me I don't like camp, because I loved Home Hunt. Fun Size was just like a dumb level of camp.
Yeah.
And like an uninteresting story. Sorry. I'm mean. What about you?
Okay. My favorite is Home Haunt. No, I don't know why I said that. My favorite is Kidprint. Well, I almost then went, no, Fun Size. No.
Your favorite's Kidprint.
My favorite is Kidprint.
Kidprint's messed up.
And my least favorite is very obviously Diet Phantasma. I don't care.
I don't even count it. Okay. But overall, I don't know if I can rate VHS. I think we both gave it like 6s out of 10. It's like a great 6 out of 10.
Yeah. It was a very fun 6 out of 10.
I'm not putting this on the -5 to +5 scale because it's like not a good way to rate, I think, an anthology of 6.
Yeah.
But overall, like I'm interested in watching more VHS movies after this. Yeah, so I'd say that's an overall positive.
Yeah, that says enough.
And I think if you need a little like Halloween mayhem in your life and you need something you haven't seen 100 times before, I think this would be a good one to go for.
Yeah,
for this
I
October.
agree.
So
I agree.
All right. So you ready to wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up.
All right. Well, I've been Matt Hanna.
I'm Hannah.
This is Horror with the Hannas. Stay tuned. Stay scared.
Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannas. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannas on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!